add a rusted, busted shield to your inventory.
Yeah, it might not be useful. Shield. Oh no.
Yeah, and if you like spend a moment to sort of look around a second later, you can find bones very quickly close by to it.
Or I'm assuming that the bones have been like there for a while.
Yeah, they're old. I mean, I don't know how many bones Genevieve has seen, but probably. Oh, you guys have a body pit in this town. You've definitely seen old ass bones. Yeah, they're old. They're old bones.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll definitely point out to that to the rest.
Yeah, so go. I mean, go ahead. We'll imagine you're all on the trail, and maybe you took a moment to stop after your horse you hit something weird and maybe made a funny noise or something as it stepped on something it didn't expect. And you can see the shield on the ground. You bend over to pick it up.
Are they animal bones?
Oh, does it look like animal bones? It looks like
No, it's human. Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of looks at him. She's like, "Nope, that's definitely not animal. They look old though. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing."
Yeah.
They probably were armored because I found the shield. Wait, didn't we hear from Matilda that there was like a battle here some time ago involving the beastmen?
Yep.
Oh, good call.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in their territory, essentially.
Oh, I hope not.
Well, at the very least, we're in their hunting ground.
Oh, no.
Don't they come from the other side of the river?
Yeah.
Do they?
Well, if it's not beastmen, it's something else. But
well, I mean, the
whatever
mine.
it was able to kill armed and armored men.
I mean that the mine is on the Bogenhofen side of the river. And the beastmen emerged from around the mine. So would that not mean that they're on the Bogenhofen side of the river?
The castle's across the river from the mine.
Right, but you said that they were on from this side of the river, where I was saying they're on the Bogenhofen side of the river.
No, I said that that they had a battle here, and then they had a battle here, and then someone had said, "Well, we must be in their hunting grounds." But the Matilda had said the old lord had fought a battle at the castle with the beast.
This might be the remains of that battle.
Yeah, possibly. Well, might I suggest we don't dilly-dally and find out?
Yeah. Yeah, with that, I think trekking a little bit more cautiously.
If you guys want to take a moment and go through the remains to see if there's anything of value or of use, we can spare a few moments.
I mean, most of it is buried under snow.
I can't imagine it be anything useful after this long.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is a rusted, busted shield. It doesn't provide any defense. It's like probably use it to something else.
Fair
Use it
enough.
as a sled to slide down the hill.
Yeah. Never know.
You approach the gate. Whatever wood or wherever the gate was originally made out of is gone, or perhaps been broken into. The snow comes into the castle a little bit. Walking in, you're in this main courtyard ish area. Right? Enters into a little main. It's a very small courtyard with the keep on one side and the the ruined tower on the other. It doesn't. Looking around, you can see that there doesn't seem to be any roof over the keep, and it's filled up with snow. But looking around quickly without even an awareness test, you do notice some human-sized footprints within the snow here.
They fresh.
Fairly, it's actively snowing, and you can see the footprints.
Okay. Okay. Do we see where they lead to?
They're like walking around, right?
Oh, around the castle. Okay. So she kind of points them out and she says, "Doesn't look like we're alone here."
Did we lose somebody? Oh, we lost Grippy.
Make him a lord and didn't want to play the game anymore.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so you're in the courtyard. What do you guys do? It's kind of like go poke around the keep, but
So are the other footprints going like this way, or are they going this way?
So the courtyard actually, like the courtyard is quite small. There's really not that much room in it. They're kind of walking around. See this? That's how it's kind of they are.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Rasmussen will draw and prepare his flintlock, and he's gonna follow everyone else's lead, but he's not gonna go forth on his own. It's too risky.
Is there like an entrance into the keep that we see open?
Yeah, so the keep is it's lost its roof. Whatever roof it had, it's now kind of like open, and it's covered in snow. You can definitely see there's some walking around going in there. It looks like there may have been some digging in the snow, like somebody was digging something because there's like certain parts are dug out a little more. And there's also an entrance to the large tower.
Do you see where like people have like someone has been digging? Like, is there like a way inside?
What do you mean, like in the keep?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can walk in. There's an entrance to the keep right there.
All right. I'm just gonna like walk in first before anybody. I'm just gonna like peek my head in.
It's mostly open. You can definitely see like looks like somebody was walking around here and picking stuff up.
Do you see like anything like interesting, or pretty much like any supplies or storage or anything like that?
Oh, okay. You're gonna look around. Make an awareness test.
All right. Awareness.
Make it and make it easy.
Oh, okay.
Reaching around, like looking. As soon as you walk in, you sort of put your foot in a new step, and you hear a crunch, and you look up and you can find some more bones of unknown origin, but definitely humanoid. And as you begin looking around, you find lots of skulls and old arms. Some of them have horns on the skulls very clearly. And then, like, kind of looking around the room, you can find old, beat up furniture and all sorts of stuff.
So the skulls with the horns, they remind me of the Beastmen.
Yes, they do.
Okay. So I don't see anyone in here, right? Like nobody's in here.
No.
Okay. So I'll call out to the others. Kind of says like, everything's clear. I don't see anybody, but there's more remains here.
Rasmussen will approach and investigate.
I mean, I guess without a test, unless you want to try and take a test, see if you score that critical success. That'll be like a degree of success here. So make an easy awareness test.
Okay.
No penalties for failure, unless you critical fail. Yeah, no, you mostly find the same thing. It looks like there was definitely a big fight here. You can see a breach in the keep, like that leads to another part of the hill. Maybe some very beastmen were able to climb up into it.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay.
So Genevieve kind of looks at Russ and says, well, Matilda wasn't lying about there being a battle.
No, she was not. By the looks of it, it was pretty intense.
Question.
Yeah.
Do I know anything about this battle?
It is. Why don't you give me a local folklore test?
I would say I am old. Well, I'm old compared to humans, and I'm also trained in folklore.
Yeah. Do you have the? I believe it's. Wait, I don't think. Oh yes, there is a folklore skill. Yes, that's what I want.
As I said, I'm trained in folklore. Also, I'm old compared to humans, so...
Well, you were likely alive when this battle was happening.
Right, that's why I'm asking, what do I know? Anyway, you didn't give me a difficulty.
Yeah, nowhere near here. Make this... You haven't been living here a long time, but this is an event that's fallen out of common memory. So let's make
I also
this
spent a lot of time talking to Matilda.
That is true. That is a good point. Make it easy because of that. So what you know is a long time ago, maybe 70, 75 years, Ritter von Bogen held off or attempted to hold off a sizable contingent of beastmen who had practically leveled the town of Bogenhofen. They had chased the villagers to the keep, and he was able to organize a quick defense, but was ultimately slain in the fighting. But the beastmen herd was ultimately blunted here, and after retreating, was ultimately destroyed by Graf Thorisman's. Sorry, I'm going to bring in more names here. Graf Thorisman's grandfather destroyed them north of Bobstop, earning their family a large amount of renown.
Do the stories say where he died in defense of the castle?
I will give you this. It is said that that Bogen Castle has a mighty tower. That was kind of what it was known for, and that the beastmen were pushing all the way up. And when Ritter von Bogen told his people to run to the top of the tower, and he barred the door behind them, and he stood there and slew beastmen by the score until he was finally struck down. And when he was, the beastmen lost their stomach for the fight and retreated. The other story is when the assault started, the walls were breached. Ritter von Bogenhofen threw himself from the top of the tower to avoid being massacred by the beastmen herd and being massacred and tortured, leaving the defenders to fight for themselves.
Well, I mean, looking at the image of the castle, even if he jumped from the front, he still would have landed at the base of the tower inside the walls somewhere.
The tower is like five-ish stories. You jump off the side of that, you're
Yeah, but
not-
look at
you're probably
the
not
look at the
surviving.
picture though. The outer walls encircle the inner tower. So even if he jumped off, I mean, unless you're saying that he got kicks like Jordan, this man is. If he's wearing armor, he is falling like a rock, which means he's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
inside the walls no matter what.
Yeah, but he's dead. He doesn't have to sort of live the torture.
Right? No, but I'm saying
It's
that
just-
his body would be more findable than if he had flown.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, he didn't,
yeah,
like,
I mean,
go
I guess if I'm
flying
walking
out.
in, then I'm heading in the direction of the where the doors to the tower would be.
Yeah, and you can clearly see the tower still has some doors which look like they've been shut actually fairly recently, although you can clearly see in the old battered wood the scars of combat, and perhaps where they were, uh, where repair was attached to it. Yeah, so you are in like sort of the front part of that tower.
Okay, but I'm making an effort to see if I can find the remains of any such body.
Yeah, let's go ahead, make a I'm going to call this a hard awareness test because you're looking for a specific body from a long time ago. For you probably know what the heraldry looks like, so if you found anything, that would probably help.
I want to use a fortune point.
Okay, go ahead.
So close.
So
So
close.
Um,
I want to cut
Yeah,
off my right
looking-
hand.
looking in front of the tower, it's hard, but you definitely are finding bodies or armors or arms or weapons or splintered old pieces of wood, rubble, but no specific thing that would lead you to identify a Rita von Bogen.
That's a shame. Then he could have gotten out of that trash can and conquered Earth.
I think from seeing that there's nothing in the keep, Genevieve's gonna make her way to enter the tower.
Yeah, you pass Alexandre, and you see the closed doors before you. You just bust them down, or push them open gently, I suppose.
I will push them open gently because I'm not sure because if there's somebody here.
Rasmussen will have his flintlock trained at the doors as she opens them, ready to shoot at anything that might.
Yeah. When you open them, you see the room has been lined with skulls, lined up and stacked on the walls. There's a single chair, and sitting there is a old woman who looks slightly familiar, but not a face you can entirely place. And she's just sitting there. There's a small fire that has run out on the other side of the room. She looks very much alive and stares at you when you open the door.
I kind of looked at her wide-eyed and she says, sorry to intrude. She kind of glances at Ras, like there's a lady here, and then she says, Miss, I mean you no harm, and she kind of walks in very slowly.
The old woman looks at you and she goes, "Well, it's been a long time since I've had a visitor. Welcome."
We didn't know anybody took residency here.
Well, where else would I live?
Well, you do know that there's a town not that far from, right?
Girl, towns are for peasants.
She smiles and she says, my name is Genevieve. I am the town's dragoon. I do have a few others with me as well. They also are
A
leaders of the town.
dragoon? What's that?
I'm a sort of enforcer of the law. Checking to see if this place is safe. I didn't know anybody was living here. May I ask who you are?
I am Lady Brianna. Where else would I be?
Does that name sound familiar to me?
No.
Only if you like Game of Thrones.
So she kind of gestures to Ras as like it's okay, she's harmless. I think.
Okay, Ras will lower the flintlock, but he will not put it away.
And she kind of like, Lady Brianna, this is my comrade, Sir Rasmussen. And she kind of like introduces him.
Greetings. You should know
Oh.
that you are now currently on the property of Lord Ritter von Rutherford. He will be taking up residence here shortly.
No. That's wrong. I'm fairly certain I still have these titles for this place.
Also, you don't need to add Lord to Ritter.
Yes, that is correct. Ritter Von, the Von is the Lord, the Ritter is the specific. So you could also call him Von Rutherford and still be correct as well. In a technical roundabout kind of way. Anyways, I'm rambling. Yeah,
Yes, the witch is right.
She like looks at you right there and says,
So, how long have you been living here?
my entire life. You're a visitor. Who are you, you young gentleman? A suitor, perhaps?
Oh. I am the owner of the castle.
No, that's not true. That's me.
Well, how do you own it? Why do you own it?
Because my father ruled here.
Oh. Interesting. Keep going.
Oh no.
What is your concern? Why are you getting all... You understand this is the Carla situation with a different person, right? You're not in trouble. There's no oh no here. You're fine.
Everyone I love dies.
So you are a suitor? Is that what the oh no is about?
That pleases me to no end because that means I'm safe.
Did you two get married?
No.
You and Rasmussen?
I'm not. That's immediately where my mind went. But I'm not here to court you. I'm here for my property.
Well, it's mine, so you're mistaken.
How
And would
old
you-
are you?
Yes.
Definitely out of it.
Genevieve,
your
arrest this
father
woman.
ruled.
She is clearly insane.
Wait,
What was that? The non-rude one with the peg leg. You said
Yes, you said that your father ruled here. May I ask who he was? What was his name?
he was. She like looks off. She goes, I was a very little girl when he died. I don't remember his name. They called. Mother used to call him Ritter von Bogenhofen, or just yeah, that's or just Bogen. That was the most I remember. I know that is my family name.
I see. And tell me, the castle seems a little worse for wear. Can you tell us what happened here?
Oh yes. When I was a little girl, it was uh, savages from the woods attacked, and nobody's come up to fix it. Suppose whenever the society lives down there, they no longer care for their nobility. You remember that, you young pretender. And she points at Rutherford.
Where did your father hide you?
I was on the top floor of the tower. That is where his bed chambers were.
Do you know why those savages attacked?
Why? Why does anything fight? I don't know.
What have you been eating?
He looks at you and she says, "Food mostly."
Consisting of what?
Well, I'm fairly handy with catching the rats that rule this place. And
Oh my, no, that simply will not do. Your Grace, you must come back to town with us. You must eat normal food once again. A noble mouth such as yours should not be feasting on rats.
she seems to like relax and feel better that you've recognized her nobility properly. And she says, "I suppose that makes a lot of sense, young man."
Come with me back
Yeah.
to town. There is an inn with proper beds and rudimentary food, but it is better than rats.
But I don't wish to leave my castle and my friends.
Well, you can take your friends with you. They are upwardly mobile. They are only the size of a fist, if not larger.
Yes.
We can load them
I
up into the wagon. You can have a seat at the front.
Get that young pretender to do it. He looks like he needs the exercise.
God, this lady.
Wow.
The
Throwing
audacity.
shade.
Oh, there. When she talks about her friends, who is she referring to?
The skulls, obviously.
Oh, the skulls.
The skull's not
Oh,
wall.
I mean, it's
yeah.
obvious.
For
Look,
all
We're
I
gonna
know.
cart Skulls and a crazy lady back to town.
she deserves respect, and you, as a new noble, ought to respect this as well. I mean, sorry, not you ought to respect it. You, as a new noble, ought to recognize this as well. This is the treatment that is expected of a noble, and this is the treatment that you too should expect from others.
Very well.
So I turn to her and says, "My lady, see anyone else around your castle
But all my friends. And she points to the various skulls.
No one else other than your friend?
I know, these are all my servants.
I'll begin moving the skulls down into the wagon.
Do you sleep up there? So she points, I imagine, up other stairs up to the.
Yeah, well, there's there are stairs up. She goes, occasionally, sometimes I just rest down here, but I don't. I don't generally go to the top. Well,
Looking up, does it look like the stairs are intact? Like,
yeah, you could totally climb up.
she says, "My lady, if you do not mind, I wish to go up to the bedchambers. If you need anything from there, I can grab it for you."
She her demeanor changes and she says, "No, I forbid it. As guests, you should stay on the primary floor of the keep. The upper levels are for the family and the brave defenders I have placed up there to watch for more beastmen.
As a
Savages.
brave defender myself, I wish to speak to your soldiers to help with the defense of your tower.
Make a charm roll.
Okay.
I could assist.
Do it. It's your thing.
I get so rare chances.
Oh wait, hold up. Yeah, you should assist. It's standard, huh?
Ooh. Yeah, standard. I think you're pretty much gonna pass, so
We'll see.
unless you critically, yeah.
So I could turn that into a 10.
You passed with a 10.
Oh.
That's what having me around is good for.
She said, it was not a critical success. She goes, yes, but just you go up and make sure they're in fighting shape. Are you some kind of knight, dearie?
She says, "Yes, I am," and then she kind of points forward and
A lady knight. How things have changed.
she just smiles at that and she makes her way up.
Yeah. So, Alexandre, you are loading skulls into a wagon.
Yep.
Rutherford Rasmussen, you are sitting with the old woman. What are you guys doing?
Rasmussen is going to be like, his eyes will be on her and then will regularly look around because she's made mention of her friends, which I understand are the skulls, but she's creeping the hell out of him, and now he's not sure of his surroundings, so he's just going to be constantly on alert.
Okay.
I could ask her some questions, I guess.
Excellent.
So, what was her name again?
Brianna, Lady Brianna.
Lady Brianna. You've been here all these years. You can't even count them anymore. You're so old. How have you managed to stay so young and healthy? You can catch rats.
I knew
You're
you
so
were here.
spry.
Yeah. She looks at you and says, I knew you were here to court me.
Well, I had to get that other girl out of here.
And then she says, I have stayed so young because I engage in many many balls and dances with my friends. I organize.
Hmm. Interesting. I would love to go to one of these with you. When is the next one you're having?
I suppose I will have to organize one for the town. Just show them what the true nobility looks like.
That's a splendid idea. We can teach these people the glories of nobility.
Anything else, Rutherford?
No, no, it seems enough to get
Fluff.
whatever later when I need it.
Yeah. Fluff. Going up the stairs, you pass a level that was mostly looks like a sort of defunct armory. Um, there's not super. There's not a lot of usable weapons yet. But there was definitely some bows, things like that. Maybe a few racks of stuff. It's lots of military furniture. You go up the next stair, and it's like an open hall, maybe with a um, with old chaired furniture that has begun to rot away, almost like a sitting room. And there's a great door that bars the next step up.
Um. So these guards that she mentioned, I imagine they're like skulls or something.
Yeah, there's skulls with bows next to their heads, and they're
Oh,
looking out the windows.
so sad. Okay, so looking at the door itself, like it's a heavy door, or is it like
It's a heavy door. It sorry, it's obviously not. It's if you try to open it, it's barred from the
oh,
other
okay.
side. It's not barred on the front side. That would make zero sense. Um, but there's quite a lot of um, it looks like there's a lot of damage done to this door.
Can I peek through the door, like through the damage? Could I?
There's like a lot of gashes in it. And looking around, you notice that there's not as many like random corpses up here.
Mm-hmm.
But you see at a table that has a place at the head. Um, there's a special skull with a helmet on it, but you cannot peer through the door very easily.
Uh, if I were to get the door open, I'd have to like. I don't think with my strength I could do it, right?
I mean, you could try an athletics check to break it down, but it would be arduous.
Yeah.
But maybe it's rotted enough that you could break through.
All right. So is it possible that I could like not break through it, but like break just like a part of it to put like my hand through to see if I can like, like if there's like something like a piece of wood that that's a barb.
Yeah. We'll make it hard.
All right. All right. Let's see. And it's athletics, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You're able to get your hand through and lift up the bar. The door has the wood has rotted enough. You're able to open it to the next level. As you approach, it's this level has like hallways and doors and rooms besides like where guards can go and shoot out. But this looks like where possibly family members lived, or maybe servants or something, or most trusted servants. But the strange thing about it up here is there's corpses that are like intact, like all the bones are in one place. They're not like that in any other place you've seen so far.
Okay. So as I'm walking down the hallway, does it look like I can find like the room of the Lord?
Yeah, up one more level. She said there's 5 levels.
There's 5 levels? Oh shit. Okay.
So this is like fourth is this is where maybe family members or children lived. So you can like peek in the rooms. You can see rooms with there's we'll say 4 rooms with beds in them. One of them has a corpse still on it.
Oh.
A tiny corpse like that of a child.
Oof, oof, oof. That's so sad. Yeah. Can I keep going up, or
Yeah, you can keep going up.
Yeah, I'll go up one more level.
Yeah, you go up one more level, and it's an impressive chamber with a old. I mean, the bed is fallen down, but you can picture it in its prime, and it's quite impressive. There's definite furniture up here. There's an old jagged-looking arrowhead stuck in some of them, and there's a open door, there's a ladder and a hatch to the top level that's currently open. So you can walk up to the absolute top, right? The open level. But looking around the Lord's room, you can see quite a few wardrobes and stuff.
I'm gonna open them to see if I find anything.
Gosh, I don't think clothes last that long.
No, they don't. They don't. They dissolve. I'm more looking to see if I find any documents, books maybe hidden away, or something.
Jewelry.
Yeah, jewelry, whatever.
Diaries, anything like that.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, I actually think you get a pretty good haul here. Definitely, a couple different books. I think you get This makes a lot of sense. You probably have a lot of time. You get a diary of Lord Eltham Bogan, and you get another a different ledger that has just general information about the fief and goings-ons and how many serfs are there, what the tithe is, what he paid to his lord, when he mustered for military service, general sort of bookkeeping stuff is up there on a desk. And we'll say you get maybe 3 gold coin worth of trinkets and stuff that's still salvageable if you want to take those.
I will take them.
Disappointed.
Look, we take them and they give them to the lady, and then she'll be pleased that I brought something down to her.
We can give it to the town hobo.
Don't give it to the town hobo. We've already given him enough.
Also, I come back to the lady and I say, "Is that everybody? Is there anybody else you want to take with you?"
Oh, yes. On the 3rd floor, and get my father. He would like to come.
Oh.
All right. We will be right back.
I imagine you meet Genevieve in the middle on the 3rd floor.
I imagine that too.
So, I look at Alexander and she's like, oh, here's another question I have for you. From the state of the body, do they look like they just died there, or did? Well, I guess you couldn't really tell if they were like killed there, right?
I mean, you can assume that they. Well, I don't know if your character would, but like the bones are mostly together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
How many of them scrawled into the stone with their own fingertips how they were murdered?
Yeah, because you can't. I mean, unless you're like an expert, and that you wouldn't know. That's why I said like you can't tell if like somebody was stabbed in the bed, like could have died in the bed.
Well, I mean, if the wood frame remains of the bed was filled with stab holes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there was nothing obvious like that.
I'm not assuming any of that, so it's not a question in my mind.
So yeah, I go up to Alexandra and be like, I found a little bit of things, maybe some stuff that she might want to take with her. I did find some ledgers and stuff. Maybe they might give us some clue. I don't know.
I suggest perhaps asking if there's anything she wants us to bring with us. Otherwise, just showing up downstairs with her belongings is going to be something of a shock. She might assume you to be a looter and not the town dragoon.
Okay. And then she looks at him and then she says, "Is there anything that? Wait, how did you get up here?"
I asked. I am, after all, a servant to nobility.
So what are we looking for?
I
What are
have
you
come
up
up
to?
here to retrieve her father.
Okay, that's when she looks at him. She's like, "And who will be that?" And she kind of like points to just like the bones everywhere.
Well,
I mean, this is the one with the table with like the skull with the helmet on.
right, and
Oh,
also
yeah,
I
okay.
recognize heraldry, so
Yeah, I mean, there's some rough heraldry on it, like on the helmet. It's not such a stretch to assume that this would be the old Lord of the.
right. So I will bring that helmed skull back down with.
You bring it down. And she goes, "There he is. There's my father.
Oh, is there like
We're going
a
to.
cushion remaining or something?
Oh God, like a real ratty one, sure. So I like the
Sure.
looking
I was
at
gonna
the.
say just put it on top of the books or something.
No, I'll pat it down. The cushion. I mean, however much of it survives, just make sure it's as clean as can be, so that when I put it into the wagon, I can put it on top of a cushion. I'll probably get
Yeah.
another cushion if I can, so she can sit on it.
She says, "Yes, that's him. He's doing quite well today. I see. Fairly spry."
I think Genevieve will like poke her head like down there, and she's like, lady, with the Lord, like his ledgers and stuff. I also found some valuables. I don't know if you wish to leave them here.
She says, "Yes, I would like my ledgers. Unfortunately, my father is infirm, and I've been I run the businesses here now."
Yeah. So she comes down and she gives lady her like her trinkets and stuff, and she kind of puts down the
What a
ledgers.
trinket! She says, "Oh, this is my mother's jewelry. I couldn't wear that."
She kind of convinces her. She tries to. She's like, "Lady, you are now the head of this house. I think it is your right to hold them."
Lady Brienne, try them on. I'm sure they would look beautiful on you.
She puts on the old jewelry, dire need of a cleaning,
Mm-hmm.
and she sparkles. She puts it on. She says, "I think it looks fantastic."
You look beautiful.
You're just appeasing this old lady.
Well, don't imagine her as an old lady, is the thing. Remember, this was a little girl from a noble family when all this happened, who's been holed up by herself all this time because everybody she knew has died. This is a tragic scenario, not so much as a funny one.
So she nods and she says, "Oh, I didn't find anything other than that up there. I don't know what story of that you told us was true, but it's hard to tell with what remains."
I'm sorry, I'm not following what you're asking.
Oh, she was just telling Alexander. She's like, I don't know which part of this, like, if the ending of like the Lord clearly didn't throw himself down the tower. Apparently, maybe, yeah. So maybe part of the other story was true. It's pretty much telling like Alexander. I couldn't find much. That's all I could find.
Well, I believe that is everybody. If you wish to return with us now, I have a seat prepared for you on the wagon.
Yeah. So yeah, she'll head back down.
I mean, that was addressed to the woman.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I would like the escort into town. Thank you very much. I will return in a couple days. Um, uh, you told my guards that I will be back in a couple days, didn't you? Young woman, what were you? Some kind of knight, I think.
She smiles. She says, "Yes, miss. I made sure that your security was tight, and it seems they've done a great job."
Good.
Rasmussen will help her to the cart.
Okay. Yeah, she gets up in it, and
He's just gonna keep her out of trouble while his companions do.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm done. I'm helping her and returning to town.
I just imagine we're all just carrying this lady and putting her into a cart.
Daintily, we're daintily putting her in the car.
Like there weren't other places left in the castle to.
No, it was just a keep in the tower.
To keep in tower, and there's no hidden cellars or.
Unless you want to go like the very, very top of right, because there was somewhere to the very top of the tower, right?
yeah, but there. I mean, you can go try and check it out, and there's likely sub levels, but you certainly couldn't necessarily find the entrances to them. Like just, I mean, looking at the keep, you can tell there's definitely some sub levels to it, but you weren't able to find an entrance.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, she'll tell that to Ras. Like, if you want to go way up to see that one particular floor, you can. But I mean, I don't think there'll be anything.
Well,
Other than maybe an excellent view, but
no, you're right. We'll leave it be.
Alright, time to return back to town with our
interesting guest.
lady of the
I can't
castle.
wait for this dance in the middle of town. Everyone gets a skull.
It's probably not that weird actually to this.
I mean, first thing to do is we get her back to town. We get her the best room at the inn. We run a bath. We get her probably new clothes. We adorn her room with all of her friends. And her father.
Forget her father.
We get her a good meal.
What does Lucius say when we start hauling skulls into the inn?
Well, uh, We haven't gotten there quite yet.
I know, but it's just I'm thinking out loud.
On the trip back, at some point, I'm going to make everyone take an awareness test.
Oof. It's standard.
Yes.
Okay.
Rutherford, always critting on crit failing rolls. You can't crit fail.
It's so useful.
He probably was being distracted by Lady Brianna, who's totally flirting with him.
Just having a wonderful conversation with her.
Yes.
Just staring at the beautiful jewelry, all smudged.
And she's also trying to like figure out like specifically as you speak. She's trying to figure out if you're like how suiting works, right? Because she doesn't know, and how this whole courtship process is supposed to proceed.
Look, me and her, baby, we don't know nothing.
One word,
We're all trying to learn here.
booty.
Mm-hmm.
It's pronounced bootay.
For those of you who pass, Genevieve and Alexandre, as you are more observant, especially Genevieve, in the snow in the forest, it seems like there's nothing, right? Like one moment, and the next, you swear you can see figures standing up in the snow, faintly outlined with that same beastly silhouette. Remember from the day at the mine. And then moments later, it seems to disappear.
Right. Classic line of, we're definitely not alone.
It's fine. We're not far from town.
So yeah, Genevieve will just have her hand to the hilt of her blade, just in case. She's on top of horse.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's finally time. Although, oof, I think okay.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone. I've
I think our GM is having a stroke.
yeah, a little bit. How the fuck did I do this? Okay.
See, our road is surprisingly well paved.
Yeah, right. It's nice. I would like to point out that these maps are a close approximation of what's there, not meant to reflect. So I'm just looking at. Okay. We'll assume that there's a wagon. I don't have a nice wagon token. If I did, I would throw it down. But we'll assume there's a wagon, and I'm gonna grab a token for Brianna, and then sort of set you guys up and how you imagine your marching order looks like. Remember, Genevieve, you are
Mm-hmm. Which way is towards town?
South.
Okay.
I mean, I'd be in the back with Brienne, so
Yeah, I would imagine you're in the back and I'm in the front. Rather if I move your butt.
I have to have a very nice conversation with her. Can only do that with next to her.
Ignore the obvious witch token. It's just the best old lady token.
I mean, I thought she was a witch when we first met her anyway. So,
Switch.
I mean, truth be told, I obviously don't have a problem with witches. Let me throw that out there the moment I said.